In this video, we will show you how to use the included mobile app to manage your node within your community network using LiMe. In order to do that, we need to connect to the Wi-Fi network that the LiMe provides. In particular, in this node, we will be connecting to the QL ROXA network. For that, I will go to the Wi-Fi settings and we'll choose the quintanalibre.org.r/QL-ROXA as the network that I want to use. In that way, I am sure that I'm connecting to the app that belongs to the node that I am part of. Then I will go to the browser, and in the browser, I will access the app through the URL thisnode.info/app. In this screen, we have some set of information that will allow us to keep track of the different status that the node has. It has different sections that allows us to determine different kind of information. In the first section, the most active section, it shows us which is the node with whom we have the best connection with, the best exchange of information that we have. The number on the right is the quality of the link that we have with that node. Then the interface name with which we are connected to, and the amount of traffic that we have exchanged with that node. In the second section, system, we can see the amount of time that this node has been online, has been plugged in. This information is relevant because it allows us to detect if the node is rebooting by itself. So if there's any unexpected reboot because of unpredictable energy sources or because the device is malfunctioning, we will be able to recognize this by the uptime information. In the next section, Internet connection, we can see if there's connection to the Internet over the Internet version 4, Internet Protocol version 6, and the domain name resolution service that allows us to translate names to computer numbers. If any of these services are not working or malfunctioning, it will appear as a cross, as a red cross in this screen. Lastly, the IP addresses section will give us the information about the IP network of this node in the case that we want to fiddle with the device further. Let's see what other things the app can offer us. In order to do that, we will use the button that is on the upper right corner that will unveil the menu of options that the app offers. We will go to the Align screen. In the Align screen, let's go to the next section and see what other things this app has to offer. In order to do that, we go to the upper right corner to the button that is there, and then we pick the Align option. In the Align option, we will be able to do the alignment of the antennas and in order to get the best signal possible for our node. This tool will be used when we do the setup of the node the first time that we install it in our house, or if in any case that the node gets disaligned because of weather conditions, or because the landscape has changed, or because of any or a poorly set up node, we will have to use this screen in order to get the best quality of link in between the nodes that are part of our network. Let's see how to read this screen. From the top, we can see which node we are in this case QL ROXA. Then the big number says the quality of the link that we have with our with the neighbor that we have selected. This number is a negative number, and the closer to 0 it is, the better the link quality is. So we will try to look for a number that is as close as 0 as possible when we do the alignment. The next value is a green line. This green line will change from green to yellow or red depending on the quality of the signal, and it will help us understand the number in a much easy to approach way. If the quality of the link is bad, it's going to be more red. If the quality of the link gets better, it will turn from red to yellow, and from yellow to green. The closer to green it is, the better the link it will be. And we will try for it to be as close to green as possible. Of course, there's going to be cases where we will not be able to get a green link. But the important thing is to do our best to have the best link possible. After the green line, we can see the name of the node that we are linking to. In this case is QL Nico Jesse Joya. It can happen that we are connected to many nodes. In this case we have only one, but it can happen that we have many nodes. And also, different nodes are connected through different interfaces. An interface is a device within our node that allows us to connect to other nodes. The LiMe router has two. The LiMe router has 3 interfaces. This device in particular has 2 that we can see by tapping in the interfaces list. Once we select an interface, the stations, the nodes that this node is connected to through this interface will appear. If we tap on the list, it will show us which are the ones that he can see. By changing the ones that are listed there, we can see different values in the app. Let's see the next interface, the next screen. The next one is Locate. The Locate screen allows us to see the node in a map. The Locate screen will show us how to do. The Locate screen shows us the structure of the network, where the nodes are located, and how they are related to each other. Our node specifically is pinpointed in green over there. And if we click in Edit Location, we can change the location to a different position if it's in a different location. Also, the blue lines show us how the nodes are connected to each other, and in this way to understand who helps who to connect to different places within the network and to other networks through the internet. Let's see the next screen, Metrics. The Metrics screen allows us to know if there's connection to the internet, how we are connected to the internet, and to diagnose if there's any issue within our network or with whoever gives us connection to the internet. In this case, we have a perfect connection, so we can see how both IPv4 and IPv6 and also DNS are working correctly by the green tick that we have there. If we click on Full Path Metrics, the node will do a full test from our node to the border that connects us to the internet one by one, and will inform us how good is the link from us to the different members of the network that connects us to the internet. Based on this information, we can see that from QL Roxa, we have 49 megabits to QL Nico Jesse Joya with a 0% of package loss. If for any reason there's package loss, meaning information gets out of QL Roxa to Nico Jesse Joya and doesn't get to Nico Jesse Joya, it will appear in the package loss. In the same way, the green line that is below the Nico Jesse Joya area is indicating the amount of bandwidth that it has, and the green color tells us if there's any package loss or not. If the bandwidth is smaller, the line will shrink accordingly. In this case, we can see that from QL Roxa to QL Chuk backbone, we have 21.26 megabits per second and 0% package loss. And to the next hop, we have 17.21 megabits. If for any reason we don't have connection to the internet, and the problem is within our network, we will be able to diagnose this by seeing that there's no bandwidth to one of the hops. And an error message will appear here. So we can know who is the neighbor that is having a problem, and we can help them diagnose and solve the problem. If, on the other hand, the problem is on the internet connection, the problem will appear in the internet connection section at the bottom of this area by a red cross in one of the three elements in the bottom. If this is the case, we can talk to whoever is in charge of the relation to whoever is giving us connection to the internet in order for us to collectively manage this situation. Let's see the next screen. Config. In the config section, we can jump from our node to other nodes within the network. If we tap on the list that is below the select new base station title, we can know to whom we can jump to. In this case, we have all these nodes that are part of our network. So we can choose a different node to help a neighbor diagnose a problem or to know how the alignment on that node is. For example, if I choose QL Nico Jesse Joya and I press change, I can see that the title in the app has changed to the other node that is there.